have like that type of brain, you know. I'm just, what I remember from Gurudev, I'm sharing that. But he has like a real brain. I don't have a real brain. Did you want to say something?
Yeah. Last time, Nine asked me a question when we got home. I thought that from here I asked you.
Okay.
I don't know,
She's too shy.
Yeah. She said to me that Mommy, you always tell me not to fight. You always tell the sisters, don't fight. There's nothing to fight about, don't fight. And she said, you always teach us not to fight. Why Krishna was telling us not to fight? Why did you tell them to fight with their brothers or enemies? Because I would tell them don't fight for enemies.
Fight is okay for a good cause, but usually the things we fight about are very petty things, very small things, you know. This is my toy and this is your toy. This is my house, this is your house. This is my iPad, this is your iPad. And why are you giving more attention to her and not to me? And so on and so. Why are you annoying me? You're annoying me. No, get out of my way. Stop eating my food. Don't sit in my chair. Don't read my book. I mean, I don't know what the fights are about, but I mean, I have sisters, so I know the kind of things that we fight about. Usually we fight about very petty things. In this world, this world is based on selfishness and separate interests. This is my land. It's based on divisions. Because we have this fundamental selfishness, we have to make divisions in this world. Law is the reason that we need law is because it's a selfish world. But in a world where there's no selfishness, where there's only love, there's no need for law. Law is a symptom of a lack of love and a prevalence of selfishness. Then we have to make laws and divisions and lines, and this is your property, this is my property, this line, don't cross this line, this is a border. But it is not that, it is not that that fighting is a bad thing, fighting for a good cause. Just peace in and of itself doesn't have much meaning. It must be pertaining to something substantial. It is not that we want to sit in a cave and hide away from all the problems in the world. We're ready to face the problems in the world, and if necessary, we will need to fight for that. I mean, we see so much positive change has come in the world because people had to fight for it. So actually, in the case of really, the background of the Kurukshetra battle, it is a background, and it's not really significant to the spiritual teachings of the text. But since you mention it, then we can speak a little about it. Actually, they tried to avoid war. Krishna himself, he went as a peace ambassador to Dhritarashtra and the Kauravas, and they were ready to accept just 5 villages. But they were so, Duryodhana and his group, they were so insulting. They insulted Krishna, they insulted the Pandavas, they insulted Draupadi in the most nasty way. And so they had to do something. And I mean, I'm not a Mahabharata expert, probably your parents much more than me. But anyhow, at least we can understand they had some good reason to fight, and not only for themselves, but also for the good of the nation. To be ruled under Duryodhana, that would not be good for anybody. So there are many good reasons why they had to fight. Actually, almost anything is okay in this world as long as the intention is good, the reason behind it is good. That is the main thing. The consciousness behind. If we are not acting out of selfish interest, then almost anything is acceptable. If we're acting out of some higher cause, for some higher reason. And the best formula for for having sisters or family is given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chinada pishu nichena Turoriva sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. To be more humble than a blade of grass. To be as tolerant as a tree. And to give honor to others without expecting honor in return. This is the peace formula. But even there, our gurus, they state, we will be humble, but if somebody's coming to attack my father, then I'm going to defend him. I'm not going to be humble about that. So we have to know, we have to know what is the proper application of these principles. Like Srila Sridhar Maharsha, grandfather guru, he comments that when Hanuman set fire to the city of Lanka with his tail, he said his humility was not disturbed by that, because he was being humble to Ramchandra. He was trying to protect Sita, and he was serving his lord Ramachandra. So in service to his masters, he had to do something which appeared to be a violent thing. So if somebody is attacking your father, then maybe you will go to beat them. You will try to stop them. So it's apparently a violent act, but you're doing it out of consideration of a higher principle. So you're not showing humility to that aggressor, but you were showing humility to your father, to take care of your father. So we want to be humble to the highest truth and tolerant in consideration of the highest truth. So that is all. We just need to analyze our intentions, our intent. Why will I complain? Because this person is disturbing me personally? Or are they disturbing others? Are they disturbing the environment? Then we can act. If they're doing something to disturb others or the environment, then it may be proper to say something or do something. But if it's just because of us, then that's not going to lead to a very harmonious atmosphere. We have to tolerate things towards our own self and try to rectify in the case of others. If the whole world lived like this, we would have a very beautiful atmosphere. Trying to give to others and overlooking disturbances to our own selves. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. All right then. And this is working, right? Yeah, okay. So, we are going to Bhagavad-Gita. I'm going to play the first, we're on like verse 28. We can just listen to that again. And I'd like we can chant together Param Guru Maharaj's verse. I just want to chant this verse. Vande Shri Guru Gaurango Radha Govinda Sundaro Sagunagiyate Chata Gita Gudarta Gauravam. Bowing down to the holy feet of Shri Guru, Shri Gauranga, and Shri Radha Govinda Sundar, all accompanied by their associates, I sing the glories of the hidden treasure of Srimad Bhagavad-Gita. Okay, and then I'm going to start playing chapter 2 here. Let's see, where's chapter 2? Here's chapter 2. Oh, I want to start from the beginning.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Sri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Srimad Bhagavad-Gita Dvitiyodhyaya Shankha Yoga Sanjaya Uvacha तम तथा कृपयाविष्टमश्रुपूर्णाकुलेक्षणं विषीदन्तमिदं वाक्यमुवाच मधुसूदनः। श्रीभगवानुवाच कुतस्ताकस्मलमिदं विषमे समुपस्थितम् अनाद्यजुष्टमस्सर्गम् आकृत्तिकरमर्जुन। क्लैप्यङ्गमासमगमः पार्थ नैतत्तच्चुपयुज्यते क्षुद्रं हृदयदौर्बल्यं तत्तुत्तिष्ठ परन्तपः। अर्जुनोवाच कथं भीष्म अहं संख्ये द्रोणं च मधुसूदन इषुभिः प्रतिजुत्स्यामि पूजार्हावरिसूदन। गुरून् हत्वा हि महानुभावान् सेवो भक्तिं भक्षमापीह लोके हत्वार्थकामांस्तु गुरुनियैव भुञ्जीय भोगान् रुधिरप्रदिग्धान्। न चैतद्विद्मः कतरन्नो गरीयो यद्वा जयेम यदि वा न जयेयुः यानेव हत्वा न जिजीविषाम तेव स्थिताः प्रमुखे धातराष्ट्राः। कर्पण्यदोषोपहतः स्वभावः पृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसम्मूढचेता यच्छ्रेयः स्यान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं साधिमाङ्गतां प्रपन्नम्। न हि प्रपश्यामि ममानुपद्यात् यच्छोकमुच्छोषणमिन्द्रियाणाम् अवाप्य भूमाव शपथनमृद्धं राज्यं सुराणामपि चाधिपत्यम्। संजय उवाच एवमुक्ता ऋषिकेशं गुडाकेशः परन्तपः न युत्स इति गोविन्दमुक्त्वा तूष्णीं बभूवः। तमुवाच ऋषिकेशः प्रसन्निव भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये विषीदन्तमिदं वचः। श्रीभगवानुवाच असत्यान्न शोचत्तं प्रज्ञावादांश्च भाषसे गतासून गतासूंश्च नानुशोचन्ति पंडिताः। न तेवाहं जातुनाशं न तं नेमे जनाधिपाः न चैवं भविष्यामः सर्वे वयमतः परम्। देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारयौवनं जरा तथा देहान्तरप्राप्तेर्धीरस्तत्र न मुच्यते। मात्रा स्पर्शास्तु कौन्तेय शीतोष्णसुखदुःखदाः आगमापायिनो नित्यास्तां तितिक्षस्व भारत। जङ्हि न बथयन्ते ते पुरुषं पुरुषर्षभः समदुःखसुखं धीरं सोऽमृतत्वाय कल्पते। नासतो विद्यते भावो नाभावो विद्यते सतः उभयोरपि दृष्टान्तस्तनयोस्तत्त्वदर्शिभिः। अविनाशि तु तद्विद्धि येन सर्वमिदं ततं विनाशामव्ययस्य न कश्चित् कर्तुमर्हति। अन्तवन्त इमे देहा नित्यशोक्ताः शरीरिणः अनासीनो प्रमेयस्य तस्माद्युद्धस्य भारत। जयेनं वित्ति हन्तारं यश्चैनं मन्यते हतम् उभौ तौ न विजानीतो नायं हन्ति न हन्यते न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचित् नायं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयः। अयो नित्यः शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे। वेदा विनाशिनं नित्यं जयेनामजमव्ययं कथं सा पुरुषा पार्थ कं घातयति हन्तिकं वासंसि जीर्णानि यथा विहाय नवानि गृह्णाति नरोपराणि तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णान्यन्यानि संयाति नवानि देहि नैनं छिन्दन्ति शस्त्राणि नैनं दहति पावकः न चैनं क्लेदयन्तापो न शोषयति मारुतः आसिद्धूयमदाच्छूयम् अक्लिद्धूषस्यैव च नित्यः सर्वगतः स्थाणुरचलूयं सनातनः अभक्तूयमचिन्तूयम् अविकार्योऽयमुच्यते तस्मादेवं विदित्तैनं नानुशोचितुमर्हसि.
Okay, so that's where we are. Okay, now can anyone remember something from last week? Something? I'm excusing Ananta Govinda because he wasn't here.
No excuses.
But you attend Gita class every week. In California, they do a Friday Gita class. Where are you now in the Bhagavad-Gita?
Chapter 14.
Okay, we're in chapter 2. We're just at the beginning, yeah. Can anyone remember anything? Krishna's instructions to Arjuna.
Said John, think of the body, the soul lives. So the body, we just go from, it's just a body, the soul cannot be killed.
Yes. Can you remember any examples that he gave? Can you remember, Nai? I'll give you a clue.
It's like we change our clothes and put new clothes on, so like that the soul goes from body to body.
Yes, exactly. When your clothes get dirty at the end of the day, then you put on fresh clothes the next day. So in the same way, when these bodies are worn and old, then it's time to move on to another body. Okay, so teachings of the soul, the ABCs of spiritual understanding, the eternal soul. Okay, so now we're on verse 26 and 27. We will chant together.
नित्यं वा मन्यसे मृतं तथा वित्तं महाबाहो नैनं शोचतिमर्हसि.
Okay, so 26. Atā chainam nitya jatam nityam va manyase mritam tatapi tvam mahabaho nainam shochitam arhasi. Okay, then 27 also.
Yatashe dhruvo mritur dhruvam janama mritasya cha tasmada pariharyade nattam shochitumarhasi.
Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityur dhruvam janma mritasya cha tasmad api hare arte natam shochitam arhasi. And then will you read that translation, 26 and 27? Can you see there? Should we move the screen a bit more? Or you can come closer, right?
Yeah. And, O best of warriors, even if you think that the soul is perpetually subject to birth and death, you still have no reason to lament. For one who is born, death is certain, and for one who dies, he must be reborn to undergo the reactions of his past actions. Therefore, you should not lament over the inevitable.
Okay, we'll go to 28 here.
Abhaktadini bhutani bhaktamadhani bharata abhakta nidhanan neva tatra ka paridevana.
So 28. Avyaktadini bhutani vyakta madhyani bharata avyakta nidananyeva tatra ka paridevana. Oh.
When all living beings are unmanifest before birth, manifest between birth and death, and again unmanifest at death, why lament for them?
So why cry for what is inevitable? So it is the law of nature. Okay, so then 29.
आश्चर्यवत् पश्यति कश्चिदेनम् आश्चर्यवद् वदति तथैव चन्न आश्चर्यवत् चन्नमन्न शृणोति श्रुत्तापेनं वेदना चैव कश्चित्
Ascharjavat pashyati kaschid enam ascharjavad vadati tataiva chanya ascharjavat chainam anya shrunoti shutvaktyanam vedana chaiva kaschit. Oh, 29. Oh, sorry, because I'm looking, it's twisting my neck too much.
Some see the soul as astonishing, some describe it as astonishing, some hear of it as astonishing, while others, so feeling about it, know nothing of it.
It's astonishing to think we have no experience of this part of ourselves. That we are so fixed on the outer fleshy plane, but we are told such a substantial, wonderful and astonishing self is within us. And those who can come in touch with it to any degree or another, they find it to be astonishing and compelling. The power that is within each and every one of us, we do not know. You know, what wonder is within each and every one of us, we do not know. We are sleeping to that reality. Okay, well, verse 30.
देहि सर्वस्व भारत तस्मात् सर्वाणि भूतानि नत्तं शोचितुमर्हसि.
Okay. Dehi nityam avadyoyam dehe sarvasya bharata tasmat sarvani bhutani natvam shochitam arhasi.
The soul dwelling within the bodies of all living beings is eternal and cannot be slain. Therefore you need lament for no one.
स्वधर्ममपि चावेक्ष न विकम्पितुमर्हसि धर्माद्धि युद्धात् श्रेयोन्नत् क्षत्रियस्य न विद्यते.
Swadharmam api chaveksha navikampitam arhasi dharm yadi yudat streyonyat kshetriyasya navidyate.
Moreover, considering your natural duty, you have no reason to waver, since there is no action more auspicious, not for warrior, than a battle for justice.
Okay. There's nothing more auspicious than this. This is like an opportunity for one whose duty is to be a warrior. This is an opportunity. Okay, I'm going to read this purport. Commentary. Oh, it's also, we'll go to it here. One's natural duty or swadharma is of two types, relative or absolute. according to the soul's state of either material bondage or liberation, respectively. So our soul has its own dharma, right? Sometimes we are saying the Jaiva Dharma, like the religion of the soul. But we have entered this material world. We have taken on material bodies. We have some particular material conditioning, frame of mind, way of perceiving the world, particular material, capacities. And so according to that, we have some particular duty in this world, whatever it may be, to sweep the road, to teach school children, to be a mother, to run the government of a country, or to be a soldier, to be a warrior, and so on and so forth. So this is called our relative duty. It is pertaining to our temporary existence in this world, which will change life through life. You understand, Naya, what I'm saying? Oh, Strat Subhadra. That we all have two duties. So for example, you're a daughter, right? You have parents. You have to go to school. You have to study, you have to pass exams. Then later in life, you're going to have to get a job to maintain yourself. And maybe you'll get married and you'll have your own family. And then you may also look after your parents. So these are like duties that you have, right? You have to comb your hair, to brush your teeth. These are duties that you have because you have a particular body and you've been born in a particular way in a particular environment. So you have some particular duties that are associated with that. But in your previous life, maybe you were a bear in South America. They have bears in South America, right? I think so. Yes, you know. Or maybe you were a boy born in New York City, or whatever it may be, right? We're going through so many different lifetimes, and we'll have particular duties that are connected to those lifetimes. But they're actually temporary duties, because it's only lasting for a short period of time, right? This life, then the next life, then the next life. So this is called relative duty. Means it doesn't have any permanence. Doesn't have any absolute permanence. It's not connected to our eternal identity as a spiritual soul. So then we will say every person has two duties. One is the duty which is pertaining, which is connected to their eternal aspect of soul. That is one duty. And then they also have their other duties which are connected to their temporary life. So you understand what I'm saying, right? So this is like the challenge that we face in our lives, to harmonize between the two. We cannot ignore our material duties, because we have to feed ourselves, we have to take care of our bodies, we have to find a way to live in this world. And then we also have material desires that we can't immediately get rid of. So we have to make some harmony with these temporary duties that we have, make peace with them. But we cannot ignore that main duty, which is connected to our eternal self. We should not neglect that either. That is connected with our eternal welfare. So the way we try to live our lives is to give most attention to that main spiritual duty, but at the same time making harmony and fulfilling our material temporary duties according to necessity. So in this Bhagavad-Gita verse, Krishna is saying, considering your natural duty, you have to, he's saying to Arjuna, you are a Kshatriya, right? The different societal roles in the traditional system of India, right? There's the Brahmins, who are like the spiritual scholars. And then there's the Kshatriyas, who are the warriors, the fighters, and the protectors, and the rulers of the country. And then there's the Vaishyas, who are like the money makers, the merchants, and they do farming and business, agriculture, like this. And then there's the Shudras, who are doing the physical labor and assisting the other classes. This is the traditional system. Nowadays, not so much meaning, and it's very corrupt, of course. But anyhow, Krishna is telling Arjuna, you're a Kshatriya, this is like your role in society. So your duty in society is to protect the people and to fight when needed. So then you should not hesitate. This is your natural duty. But here in this purport, our Guru is pointing out, actually we have our natural duty, our swadharma, has two forms. One is that material, temporary duty, and one is the spiritual duty. So one's natural duty or swadharma is of two types, relative or absolute. So by the word relative, it means temporary, not permanent, or absolute. By absolute, we mean what is eternally true and eternally relevant, all times, all places, all circumstances. According to the soul's state of either material bondage or liberation, respectively. In the liberated state, the natural function of the soul is purely spiritual devotional service for the transcendental pleasure of the Supreme Lord alone. But in the state of material bondage, a soul's natural duty possesses mundane attributes. The conditioned soul accepts various births through the 8,400,000 species of life according to his actions. This is what is stated in the scriptures, that there are 8,400,000 species of life, according to his actions, until by the influence of piety he obtains a human birth. And this is why we find in so many verses in the scriptures, there's so much emphasis put on this point that you have a human birth, don't waste it. It's considered to be a very rare thing to have a human birth. Hello, little miss. You want to interrupt our class today, is it? Look at your friend here. She's being such a good girl, listening so quietly. So it's just think of all the different, we don't even have to go to 8,400,000. If we just think of all this various species of life that we've come in contact with, so many insects and so many creatures of all kinds, then this is so rare actually, this human birth. So what is the special advantage of this human birth? That we have discrimination, we have consciousness. We have the ability to act in the interest of our soul, to connect with that spiritual aspect of ourselves. So we find in so many verses, it's like we're being given this wake-up call, like, wake up, don't waste your time. Don't do what all the animals are doing, but take advantage of this consciousness that you have, this developed consciousness. Take advantage of that. Don't waste, don't lose the opportunity. Then according to his nature, he may adopt a position and a prescribed duty in the God-centered socio-religious system, Daiva Varnashram, which helps one attain the natural duty of the liberated state. In this respect, the natural duty of the liberated soul is somewhat covered by the relativity of the material world. Yet, within the God-centered socio-religious system, it is nonetheless considered a person's natural duty. As, for example, smoke-covered fire is still considered fire, despite its covering. Okay, then we can go to number 32.
Sargadvar Mapavatam Sukhina Khatriya partha labhante yuddhamidrisham.
Yajichaya chopapanam svargadvadam apavritam Sukina setriya parta labante yudam idrisham. Maybe it's my turn. Oh, well, okay, I'll just read this. Oh, Partha, only the most fortunate warriors are blessed with the opportunity of such a battle, which has come to you like an open door to heaven. So it's considered that if one can, this is like the system, or however you want to say it, that if one will fight in a battle for justice, then when they die, they will attain a glorious destination in their afterlife. You know, they will go to heaven because they died fighting for a good cause. So Krishna is saying this is like an opportunity for you to fight in a battle like this. If you, oh well, that's in the next verse. If you win, then you will have. Oh yeah, that's coming up. If you win, then you will have, you know, so many things at your disposal in this world. If you lose and you die, then there will only be good things waiting for you in the afterlife. So this is what Krishna is saying. But this verse is very nice because it is very applicable to our own lives. We can think when we face different challenges in our lives, in our spiritual journeys, they can be very, very difficult and very challenging and very bewildering and painful even. But if we think of them as opportunities for progress, then it is more encouraging. We have to face some difficult examination, but if we can face it in the right way, and if we can pass, then we'll get some promotion. Then we will progress to a higher level of understanding. So in the same way, or in very, you know, common language, if it doesn't kill you, it'll make you stronger. So that's that kind of idea. These challenges we face, they're all coming to help us, to push us to a deeper level of understanding, to a spiritual promotion. Or it's like a hero. A hero needs a cause to fight for, right? You know, like if you watch one of these adventure movies, the hero's only a hero according to the challenges that he faces, right? So if he has to face some really difficult, like these James Bond movies, right? There's all these, like, you know, harrowing life or death situations that he has to go through, you know. And, you know, when it's happening, you're like on the edge of your seat and your pulse is racing. Oh, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? How's he going to get out of this one? You know? But then afterwards, it's like, you know, that's what makes him glorious, you know. He's James Bond, because he has to face all these difficult situations. So in the same way, these things, they only come to make us brighter and make us stronger, make us glorious, you know, if we want to think like that. So it is an opportunity. I saw this nice quote the other day. I think it was, comfort, the enemy of progress. Okay, we can go to verse number 33.
Athachit tamimang dharmyang sangramang na karishyasi tata sadharmang kirtincha hitva papamavapsyasi.
Atachit tvam imam dharmyam sangramam na karishyasi tata swadharmam kirtimcha hitva papam avapsyasi. Prabhu?
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Can you scroll through?
Oh, sorry.
33?
I'm so spaced out.
But if you choose not to fight this battle for justice, your religious principles will be lost, faith will desert you, and sin will overcome you.
So Krishna's not really leaving many options here. Okay, 34.
Akritin chapi bhutani kathai santi te dvayam sambhavitasya chakirtir maranadati vichyate.
Akirtim chapi bhutani katayasyanti te vyayam sambhavitasya chakirtir maranad adichyate.
People will speak of their infamy for all time to come, and for their renowned infamy is worse than death.
You remember what infamy means, Naya? Means to be famous for a bad thing. Yeah. So for the renowned, for people who are very highly respected and regarded in society, it's the worst thing. Some like expose that people like to publish. It's the worst thing. You have some high reputation and you're exposed. It's, you know, people kill themselves over that. It is the worst thing. So 35, right?
Bhayadranadu paratang mangshanti twang maharatha jeshancha twang bahumatang bhutta jasasi lakhamam.
Bhayadranadu paratam mamsyante tvam maharatha yesham cha tvam bahumato bhutva yasyasi laghavam.
The great warriors who highly honor you ridicule you, considering that you are afraid to fight.
You know what ridicule means? Like make fun of you. They'll tease you in a nasty way. 36.
Avachya badanscha bahun padishanti tavahita nindantas tava samastam tato dukkhatarang nukim.
Avachyavadamscha bahun vadishyanti tavahita nindantas-tava samartyam tato dukkha-taram nukim.
Your enemies will mock you. What could be more painful?
Mock. Mock. You know that word?
Yeah.
Okay. No, it doesn't mean a mock exam. Mock GCSEs. This verse is very nice.
Ato va prachati sargam jitva va bhakshate mahi tasmad uttishta kaunteya yuddhaya kritarishchaya.
This is really nice. Hato va prapsyasi swargam jitva va bhakshase mahim tasmad uttishta kaunteya yuddhaya krita nishchaya.
O son of Kunti, if you are killed, you will attain heaven, and if you are victorious, you will enjoy your life on earth. Therefore, being confident of your success, arise for battle.
So this concept is very, very nice, that basically, all we can do is our duty. And if we do our duty, we're automatically successful, actually. If we do the right thing, we're automatically successful. Whatever the result is apparently, on the material plane, the result may be considered good or bad, but actually, in the deepest sense, it's always good if we're doing the right thing, if we're doing our duty. Maybe doing the right thing will mean that you lose some money or whatever it is. You lose your job or sometimes doing the right thing will make you unpopular. That's another difficult thing you have to do. Sometimes you have some position and you have to make a decision, and you have to make a decision that's unpopular, but you know it's the right decision. Then you have to really question your principles. Like, what am I standing for? Am I here just to become powerful and famous, or do I want to do good? Do I want to do the right thing? So these are important questions that we'll all have to face at some point in our lives. But here, this verse is so nice because Krishna is saying that if you do the right thing, the result is always good. Maybe materially it will appear to be bad, but in terms of spiritual consideration, you've done the right thing, and you will get that grace in your heart. You will get some spiritual grant because of that. Maybe in the material side you may lose, but in the spiritual sense you will gain. So, doing the right thing will always give you a good result. It is independent of the material plane. What's that?
Purushottam month, and how the materialists and the spiritualists are in opposite directions that focus.
Right, yes.
It's like exclusive.
Yes.
This sounds familiar.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So we'll go to 38. This is also very nice.
Sukha-dukhe samaye kritva labha-labho jaya-jayo tato duddhaya ducchasya naivang papamabhavsasi.
Sukha-dukhe same kritva labha-labho jaya-jayo tato yudaya yujyasva naivam papam avapsyasi. I don't remember whose turn it is. I think it's your turn. Is it my turn? Really? My God, I'm so spaced out. Considering pleasure and pain, gain and loss, and victory and defeat to be one and the same, fight. No sin will be incurred by you. Wow. Can you imagine how powerful you will become if you can always live by this? Considering pleasure and pain, gain and loss, and victory and defeat to be one and the same, fight. No sin will be incurred by you. So again, this idea of just doing the Dharma, doing your duty, irrespective of any consideration of the results. It's so empowering to live like that. One nice example, Srila Sridhar Maharaj, he appreciated about Mahatma Gandhi. We differ with Mahatma Gandhi on many points, but one thing he appreciated very much is he said he always had this do or die attitude. Like, I will do the right thing at any cost. And if necessary, I'm ready to die. And he gave one example that there was at one time in what is now Bangladesh, there was the Muslims were very heavily attacking the Hindus, and all types of atrocities were taking place. And some of the Hindus, they were running for their lives. They were like just escaping. And Mahatma Gandhi, he heard that and he was very disappointed. He said, like, they had to stand and face it. They should not run. And then he said, I myself will go there. And everybody told him, like, no, it's so dangerous, you shouldn't go there. But he himself personally went there and faced that situation. At the, like, really, he was ready to die, for the cause that he was upholding. Just whatever the result may be, I have to do it. If we go to calculate the results, whether it will be good or bad for ourselves, then we're going to be stunted, If we go to calculate too much, oh, if I make this decision, then maybe this person's going to like me less, or maybe I'm going to make less money, or so on and so on. Those are very insignificant things in comparison to that primary duty of just doing the right thing. So we cannot go to calculate too much the result. But first consideration is, what is the right thing to do? Then we must do that, sometimes blindly. And in the case of Mahatma Gandhi, he was ready to risk his life for that, for the cause which he was standing for. But it is such a fearless and powerful way to live. This is a principle of karma yoga. Srila Sridhar Maharaj said, he said like that, we will attain a very high position, we will become very powerful if we can always follow this principle of karma yoga. To do our duty without considering personal loss or gain. Her vocabulary is developing. Okay. So we'll go to, hang on, I'm missing a verse. Verse 39.
Esha te bhidha sankhe buddhir yoge timang srinu buddha yukto jaya patha karma bandhang prahasyasi.
Esha te bhita sankhe buddhir yoge tvimam shinu buddhya yukto dayaparta karma bandham prahasyasi. You get your turn, yes.
I have revealed to you this knowledge, buddhi, of the soul. Now hear from me how to act in this knowledge, Bhakti Yoga, through which you will be able to free yourself from the bondage of action.
Okay, then read this purport. It will be revealed that Buddhi Yoga, the yoga of wisdom, is a singular path. When Buddhi Yoga is seen to be limited by the ideal of action, it is known as Karma Yoga. When it extends beyond action up to the peak of knowledge, it is known as Jnana Yoga or Sankhya Yoga. And when, transcending the limitations of both action and knowledge, it touches bhakti or devotion, it is then known as Bhakti Yoga, or perfectly pure and complete Buddhi Yoga. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So this is something that we discussed a little when we first began this Gita class. Maybe you weren't here at that time. How, from one perspective, we see in the Gita there's different levels of yoga. There's some different types of yoga that are being presented. There's the yoga of action, the yoga of knowledge, the yoga of meditation, the yoga of devotion. This is one perspective, but Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, one of our gurus, he has given this very fine idea that actually there's one line of yoga that is being presented in Bhagavad-Gita, and it is just that it is limited. As it progresses, it becomes less and less limited. So when it's So Buddhi yoga, it is expressed as karma yoga in a particular way. Then when it develops more, it becomes expressed as jnana yoga, the yoga of knowledge. And then when it is expressed fully, it is manifest as bhakti yoga. It is like the most natural to the soul. Buddhi is referring to wisdom or consciousness, we can say. So it's like fuller development of consciousness. It is a fine idea. And I'm wondering if we should go on to this next verse. Maybe not, because then we might go a little late, because this next one needs some more discussion. But this Buddhi yoga, persons may have some inclination to one type of yoga or another, but if they are ready to follow through to the deepest level, then they will see that all yoga culminates in bhakti yoga, in the yoga of devotion. That is the final development of the final expression of yoga. Well, maybe we'll stop there. Yeah, because the next one will take some time. So I think we'll stop there. Anyone want to add anything or question or anything?
I have a question.
Yes.
In this passage, Krishna doesn't mention all the asanas and pranayama kind of yoga. Where does that come from? The asanas and stuff like that?
That goes under jnana yoga or ashtanga yoga. Sometimes
it's a feature of jnana yoga.
Yeah, you could. Well, here we have this. The line in Bhagavad Gita is karma yoga, then jnana yoga, then dhyana yoga or ashtanga yoga, and then bhakti yoga. So, but you could also put it under jnana yoga. But there is some distinction made there. Yeah. After jnana yoga, then, because jnana yoga is connected with the Brahman conception. And then from that perspective, dhyana or ashtanga yoga is a little superior because it is connected with Paramatma conception. So yes, but it's still, you can say, part of jnana yoga in the sense that it's the ascending approach, the aroha panta. I mean, in one sense, you could put everything under jnana yoga, in the sense it's calculative, like karma yoga also. You could, like that's my understanding. Like in that Jnane Prayasham, the Jnane Prayasham verse. Okay, well, maybe we'll discuss it another time. But Gyan can be understood just to refer to any calculative approach. So in that sense, in a general way, you could lump everything under that heading. But from another perspective, there is some distinction being made. It just depends how you're using the word. But the way that it's really being used here is to refer to this study of the nature of the plane of spirit and distinguishing between matter and spirit and that type of thing. The aspiration, the attempt to merge with the Brahman, like that. And then dhyana or ashtanga is the more conventional idea of yoga, like the asanas is one part of it. It's like to help with controlling the mind and senses like that. But it's an 8-step program, 8-step plan.
Physical yoga is to control your mind and
yes, yes. But it's just one part of the of the whole, the whole system. And the final goal is samadhi, right? To enter into, trance, full absorption on the divine. So, yeah. Definitely it's being, misrepresented today, and the real roots of yoga are forgotten. Yeah.
Physically, yoga can help you it can lead you to the spiritual yoga. If you start physical yoga, then slowly make yourself do your spiritual yoga.
Yes. Okay, well, maybe we'll stop there. Well, maybe we'll just have a few minutes of Maha Mantra. You can stop. Bhaja Shri Jai Srimad Bhagavad-Gita ki Jai. Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai, Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai, Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur ki Jai, Shri Rupanuga Guru Varga ki Jai, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai, Saparshad Sriman Mahaprabhu ki Jai, Jai Srimad Bhagavad-Gita ki Jai, Jai Srila Bhakti Nirmala Acharya Maharaj ki Jai, Srila Bhakti Pavan Janardhan Maharaj ki Jai, all the assembled devotees and respectable visitors ki Jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande,
So I put the microphone back.
I think he hasn't turned it off.
I'll go.
He must be caught up with something. Oh, here he is.
Bye.
Hello.
Do you need help moving the microphone?
Huh?
Do you need help moving the microphone?
Yes.